तिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। बोलो हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Very auspicious Shri Lalita Saptami, the appearance day of Lalita Devi, and for India and Europe is tomorrow. So if you hear today, you'll prepare for tomorrow. I remember Srila Gurudev, he used to celebrate Lalita Saptami in the form of glorification of Shri Lalita Devi in Mathura Math, Shri Keshav Ji Gaudiya Math. And Gurudev used to give us so much Siddhanta and the services of Lalita Devi. What is the significance of the Sakhis, the Gopis, in the past tense of Radha and Krishna? One can just say, oh, we have nothing to do with anyone. Only Radha Krishna is our everything. What we have to do with Sakhis, means the Gopis, what we have to do with the Sakhas, because our worshipable is Radha and Krishna. Yes, and that's our ultimate goal. To attain the lotus feet of the loving service of the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna is our ultimate goal of life, Gaudiya Vaishnava. What it has to do what it has to do to worship the gopis or to remember them or to celebrate their their tithis. Yeah, so Gurudev used to say we can't reach to the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna unless we worship the lotus feet of the gopis. If you see in our entire calendar, the Vaishnava calendar, Hindi or English, amongst all the Sakhis whose appearance is mentioned, described in the Vaishnava calendar. Lalita Saptami. Because amongst all the Sakhis, she is the most prominent among all the Sakhis. Who are these Sakhis? As I was saying yesterday, all these Sakhis are expansion of Radharani. What is the meaning expansion here? The meaning here is all these Nitya Sakhis, or we can say Priya Narma Sakhis, they are each and every mood of Radharani. They are different moods of Radharani. When I say moods here, means different moods of pleasing Krishna. So that mood manifests in one form. So Lalita, Lalit Bhav, Lalit, Vishakha, Tungvidya, Champaglata, Sudevi, Rangadevi. Very detailed meaning of all these names of the Sakhis. But amongst all the gopis of all the Sakhis of Radharani, they are categorized as In many ways, it is categorized, but in one, I'm just saying, Krishna Snehadikya. This is mentioned by Rup Goswami and Ujjwal Nimani. Krishna Snehadikya, then some Sneha, and then Sakhi Snehadikya. Krishna Snehadikya. This terminology means there are some gopis who have nothing to do with Radharani. They are inclined towards Krishna only. They serve Krishna. They always be partial towards Krishna. Yeah. But of course, they assist in Radha Krishna pastime. But you see this more partiality or more inclined towards Krishna. So they are not our ideals. We Gaudiya Vaishnavas, we don't follow their footsteps because they are more inclined towards Krishna. Then there is another category, some Sneha. The category of the gopis, the Sakhis, which are equally inclined towards Radha and Krishna, equally love towards Radha and Krishna. Also to Radharani and also to Krishna, same. But little more inclined towards Radharani. Whereas they have equal love towards Krishna and also Radharani. Who are these? These are the Sakhis, Lalita, Vishakha, Tungvidya, Rangadevi, Sudevi, Champaglata, all these are Sakhis and more. So Lalita Sakhi is some Sneha. But then there is another category called Sakhi Sneha Adikya. There are some Sakhis or other particular word for them is Manjaris. They're only and only inclined towards Radharani. They have nothing to do independently, anything to do with Krishna. But they have everything to do or only and only inclined towards Radharani. They are the Manjaris. Rupa Manjari, Rati Manjari, Vilas Manjari, Kasturi Manjari, Kamala Manjari, Nainmani Manjari, Vinod Manjari, Raman Manjari, all these Manjari. So, some Sneha, equal love towards Krishna and Radharani. So, Lalita Sakhi is, you can say, the prominent amongst all other Sakhis. Because as Krishna, he considered Radharani to be his Prem Guru. Radhika Prem Guru Ami Shishyanar. Krishna says, Radharani is my Guru. Is my Guru of what? Prem Guru. She teaches me how to reciprocate or how to manifest love. So this is what Krishna boldly is claiming this. Boldly. Without any hesitation or fear. Radhika Prem Guru. She is my Guru. And I am her disciple. So that means Radharani is superior to Krishna. But who is Guru of Radha and Krishna together? Who's teaching Radharani and who's teaching Krishna? How you have to perform many pastimes and how you have to come from your respective homes and where you have to meet. Who is the prominent personality to arrange the meeting of Radha and Krishna? It's Lalita Sakhi. And all other Sakhis under the guidance of Lalita Sakhi. All other Sakhis function under the guidance of Lalita Sakhi. Yugala Prema Guru. Who is Lalita Sakhi? Yugal Prema Guru. Yugal means Radha Krishna Pranamo Yugala Kishore Yugal means Radha and Krishna. So Krishna said, Radharani is my guru, but Lalita Sakhi is guru of Radha and Krishna together. You see? And she is Prakra. And now there are many details in Ujjwal Nilmani. This thick book, Ujjwal Nilmani, only and only. It speaks about Krishna only one chapter, but all other chapters is about Radharani and the gopis and the messengers who arrange their meeting and so forth. So many details. Ujjwal Nilmani. This thick book. So that's why we're going to hear Radha Tattva. I don't know how long it's going to end, how many days or weeks or months. We're going to hear what Rupa Goswami Prad has to say about Radha Tattva. And also about Sakhis. Now the point comes. Yugala Prema Guru. Lalita Sakhi is Prema Guru of Radha and Krishna. But she is very bold. She don't fear from either Radha or Krishna. And she even chastised them, as we just read in that song just now. She chastised. Where is that? Radha Mukunda 303. धूर्ते ब्रजेन्द्र तनये तनुषुष्टुभाम्यम मा दक्षिण भाव कलंक नीलागवाय राधे गिरम शृणु इतिमिति शिष्यन्ति देवीम गुणै सुललितम ललितम नमामि. This is how Lalita Sakhi chastised Radharani. You see, what is the meaning? Oh Kalankani. Other day I was telling this. In India, if you say any lady this word Kalankani, they will kill you. They will kill you. It's not a sober word to address someone like this. Okay, what is meaning Kalankani? Unchaste one. So if you say someone, you are unchaste one, still it appears little sober. But you can say the harsh version of saying unchaste one. That's a very, very typical word in India, saying anyone Kalankani. That lady will not see your face throughout her life, if you speak this to someone. So Lalita Sakhi is chastising Radharani. Just by with this word, we can understand that how much she is angry and chastising Radharani or correcting Radharani. To see what she's saying. Dhurte brajendra tane tanishushtu bhamya mam dakshina bhav kalankani lagvaya. You see, oh Kalankani, unchaste one, Radhe, this Lalita Sakhi, she is like that. She's like that. She is very bold. Oh unchaste one, Radhike. Brajendra Nandan is very cunning. Krishna is very cunning. She's not saying Krishna is very beautiful, very smart, or very nice. No, he's very cunning. So be firm in your contrariness. Be firm. Don't give into gentle submission. Don't get submission. Don't give up this. Because Radharani heart melt to see, even though she is she's manifesting her sulky mood, man. But when Krishna comes and he smiles, he folds hands and do many things, then Radharani immediately she gets melted. But Lalita Sakhi, she's the one who makes Radharani, keeping her that mood. Now you might be wondering why she has to say this, why she has to use this typical word, which is not sober at all. Because she's the one who only She is the one who arranged the meeting of Radha and Krishna and enhanced both of their pleasures. Also for Krishna and also for Radharani. If Krishna is trying to display many means to make Radharani out of her man, and then the whole pastime will just finish in 5 minutes. But Lalita Sakhi keep on maintaining this for some time 1 day, for some time 2 days, so that Krishna come again and again and try to pacify Radharani. And for that, Krishna has to do so much endeavors, singing like cuckoo bird, sometimes disguise himself as a beggar, sometimes he come as Malani, means the wife of gardener, sometimes he has to come as Napitani, means the wife of a barber, sometimes he comes in the form of Bengal seller, so many forms he has to assume, just for one point, to pacify Radharani from her sulky mood. But she is worried. She also wants to meet Krishna. But who is stopping her? Lalita Sakhi. To create more and more excitement. Understand? To create more of this. And there is so much fun. And all the gopis relishing this. Krishna is relishing this. Radharani is relishing this. Because if it comes in 5 minutes together, there will not be that fun. Lalita Sakhi is arranging this. Understand? So don't give up. Don't give into gentle submission. Radhe, listen to this beneficial word. In this way, she gives instructions. I offer pranams unto Lalita Devi, who is repository of charming qualities. Devim Gunaisu Lalitam Namami. Who is writing this Ashtakam? Rupa Goswami. Because Rupa Goswami means it's Rupa Manjari. She served Radha and Krishna, or we can say she served Radharani only under the guidance of Lalita Sakhi. Sometimes many devotees, they used to ask Srila Gurudev or my Guru Maharaj, can you tell what is my Swarup, what is my spiritual form? Even though they can see everything, but they don't reveal this. They only give a hint. And that hint is, we all serve under the guidance of Rupa Manjari, and she serves under the guidance of Lalita Sakhi. That's all. This is our line. We serve Radharani under the guidance of Rupa Manjari, and Rupa Manjari, she is always under guidance of Lalita Sakhi, under the instructions of Lalita Sakhi. So Lalita Sakhi is the one who arranges all this. She supervises, and then she instructs Rupa Manjari, and Rupa Manjari instruct Rati Manjari, and Rati Manjari then further instruct all other Kasturi Manjari, Vilas Manjari, all other Manjaris. Rupa Manjari is prominent, and she works under the supervision of Lalita Sakhi. Understand how important and prominent is Lalita Sakhi. Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Radha Krishna Leela Eita Gurutar Dasya Vatsalya Bhave Nahe Gochar. Radha Krishna Leela is very deep. In the mood of Dasya Ras or Vatsalya Ras, no one can understand the glories of Radha Krishna pastime. And then, very important, these 4-5 verses, very important to learn. सबे एक सखी गणेर इहा अधिकार सखी हैते है ए लीला विस्तार. means these Leelas come only within the jurisdiction of Srimati Radhika Sakhis because Mahabhav is found exclusively within them. That means without the participation of Sakhis, it's not possible to relish or to serve Radha Krishna. सखी बिना ए लीला पुष्टि कबू नहीं, सखी गण विस्तारिया, सखी आस्वादय. Without the support of Sakhis, these pastimes of Radha Krishna cannot be nourished. Who are the one who expands these pastimes? Only Sakhis. And only Sakhis are there to relish this. And Radha Krishna, why they expand their pastimes? To give pleasure to the Sakhis. And Sakhis are there to give pleasure to Radha and Krishna. That's why all these pastimes of Radha Krishna and the Sakhis, they are not to enjoy. They all are there to serve each other. To serve each other. Sakhis serving Radha Krishna wants to give pleasure to Radha Krishna. And Radha Krishna, they want to give pleasure to the Sakhis. Understand why I'm saying serving? Because they are doing this to please each other, not for their selfish motive or selfish desire. That's the details here. Sakhi bina e leela अन्यर nahi gati, सखी भावे ये तार करे अनुगति. राधा कृष्ण कुंज सेवा साध्य से पाए, से साध्य पाए ते आर नाही को पाए. What is saying? These pastimes develop only due to the Sakhis' participation. The Sakhis alone have the right to taste them. No one else can taste them. Can Sakha go and taste them? No. Can Vatsal let us go and taste them? No. Only Sakhi Bhav can go and taste them. Apart from these situated in this Sakhi Bhav, no other associates may enter into these leelas. No other associates, only Sakhis. Only the sadhak who remain under the guidance of those with this Sakhi Bhav may enter the domain of ultimate attainment, means rendering service to Radha Krishna. Only sadhak following the footsteps of Sakhis. That's why these Sakhis are so important. Now, there's so many things to say, so many references from many scriptures. But let's come to the direct point. Rup Goswami Pad, he wrote a book called Radha Krishna Ganodesh Deepika. It's also in English and also in Hindi, where he described the color, the mood of Braj Parikar, the associates of Vrindavan. So Rup Goswami Pad, what he has to say about Lalita Devi, let's hear that. Tathapi param preshta sakhya श्रेष्ठ आयोयोदिता सर्वत्र ललिता देवी परम आध्या कशतम gataha. What is the meaning? The param preshta sakhis are considered to be the most prominent of the all niyukta sakhis. You know, there's so many categories. Amongst all these categories of sakhi, the gopis is param preshta sakhis. They have entrance into the Kunja Leela of Radha and Krishna. Only they have entrance. So Param Preshta Sakhis are considered to be the most prominent of all the Niyukta Sakhis, of all the other Sakhis. Now, Shri Lalita Devi is even the leader of all the Param Preshta Sakhis. She is the leader. Okay? That's why I told you, in Vaishnava calendar, we see appearance day of Lalita Sakhi or Vishakha Sakhi. Because she is leader. By worshipping Lalita Sakhi, we are worshipping all other Sakhis because she is the leader. Now, She Lalita knows perfectly well. She Lalita knows perfectly well all of Sri Radha's and Sri Krishna's transcendental emotions. Understand? Only Lalita Sakhi. Whatever is going in the heart of Radharani, whatever Krishna is thinking, he's not even expressed his feeling or his thoughts. But Lalita Sakhi immediately comes to know that. She's that sharp. Just seeing the face of Krishna, or just by seeing Radharani, she fully understands, oh, what they are thinking. Hmm. So, just like example, who is Lalita Sakhi in Mahaprabhu pastime? Oh, you all are muted, you can't speak. In the pastimes of Mahaprabhu, Lalita Sakhi came as Swarup Damodar Goswami. That's why she Swarup Damodar Goswami is right hand of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. No one can approach Mahaprabhu. No one can sing or speak anything to Mahaprabhu unless it is sanctioned by Swarup Damodar Goswami. And he fully understands the moods of the Mahaprabhu. Because Mahaprabhu pastime means now Radha Krishna is combined. Lalita Sakhi, she knows the heart of Radharani, she also knows the sentiment, emotion of Krishna. But now they both are combined as Mahaprabhu. So Swarup Damodar Goswami knows very well what Mahaprabhu is now thinking, what emotions he is going through. And that's why during Jagannath Rath Yatra time, when Mahaprabhu was uttering one verse, Ya Komara Haraha, from one mundane poet, but with the mood of Braj Bhav. Who understood this mood of Mahaprabhu? Only Swarup Damodar Goswami and Rupa Goswami. No one else. Only Swarup Damodar Goswami and Rupa Goswami means Lalita Sakhi and Rupa Manjari. No one else can understand this. So Sri Lalita knows perfectly well all of Sri Radha's and Sri Krishna's transcendental emotions. She arranges both their meetings and loving quarrels. This quarrels also there. Oh, in spiritual world also there is quarrel. We thought only in this material world. No, in spiritual world. But what kind of quarrels? Loving quarrels. Not mundane. Not selfish. Oh, not any selfish. Because I'm not satisfied, then I have a cause for quarrel or fight with someone. But in this loving quarrel, the loving fight between Radha and Krishna, the mood is to please them. Mood is to please them, not to please oneself. Because she is in Sri Radha's party, she sometimes suddenly even offends Madhav. Even though Lalita Sakhi equally to Radha and to Krishna. But just I said earlier, she is more inclined towards Radharani, always together, always with her. So, because she is in Sri Radha's party, in her camp, she sometimes suddenly even offends Madhav. She rebukes Madhav. Many harsh words. If any demigod, anyone going to hear that, get totally confused. What is this? Who is she? She immediately, she can speak. She can speak this word to Radharani, Kalankani. Then what to speak of? Rebuking Madhav means Krishna. When loving quarrels, as well as arrogant words, retorts, and arguments takes place, Sri Lalita sometimes becomes filled with great anger, and sometimes, when her sentiments become one with Sri Radha's, she lowers her face. Whenever there is some loving quarrels between Radha and Krishna, just like when Krishna, when Radharani, she's carrying pot of yogurt in milk, in ghee, where Barsana, Sankrikor, and Radharani, all the Sakhis, Lalita, Vishakha, they all want to cross this very narrow path, Sankrikor. And Krishna comes there with a stick in his hand. Oh, you all have to give me tax? And Lalita Sakhi comes forward to say, who are you to ask tax from us? Who are you? And Krishna only scared of Lalita Sakhi. So, Sri Lalita sometimes becomes filled with great anger, and sometimes, when her sentiments become one with Sri Radha, she lowers her face, accepting Radha's mood. At that time, she becomes covered by her friend Sri Radha's effulgent complexion, which is like molten gold. Although her own complexion resembles, you see, what Rupa Goswami is writing. What is the complexion of Lalita Sakhi? Goro Chana. You know what is Goro Chana? Not chana, eating chana. Not that. Goro Chana is like color of tilak. Color of tilak. That's the complexion of Lalita Sakhi. Almost close to golden color. Radharani is molten gold. Tapta Kanchan. And the complexion of Lalita Sakhi is Goro Chana. If we read this book, you're going to know all the complexion, the services, the mood, everything of all other Sakhis. This is what Rupa Goswami is describing. Sometimes, at the time of loving quarrels, Nava Navan Mesha Shalini. At every moment, new moods come into her heart and through her mouth. She Lalita jealously incites Sri Radha's jealous anger, means man, by giving her the right intelligence for that occasion. When there is some disagreement between Radha and Krishna. So it's Lalita Sakhi. She come and enhance that man or anger in Radharani. Because she knows Radharani's heart will get melt to seeing Krishna going down to her, to massaging her feet, or putting his peacock feather and flute at the lotus feet of Radharani. Smaragara Khandanam, Mama Shirisi Mandanam, Dehi Pad Vallav Udaram. Oh Radhe, I'm yours, I'm yours. See, I kept my flute and my peacock feather at your lotus feet. Please be happy. And Radharani starts melting. But Lalita Sakhi, no, not that easy. Let him do. Let him do more. Let him do more. So Lalita Sakhi is the one who gives the right intelligence for that occasion. But, okay, let me finish. Sometimes together with Bhagwati Purnamashi and others, she herself arranged Sri Radha's meetings with Krishna. But when the time of meeting comes, she becomes indifferent. Radharani wants to meet Krishna. Where? At Sanket. And Krishna wants to meet Radharani. So, from Javat to Nandagaon. And in between is Sanket, the meeting place of Radha and Krishna. So, it's not that Lalita Sakhi don't want them their meeting. She wants. So, she is arranging. She comes to Radharani and teach her everything. You have to wear this dress now. You have to wear these ornaments now. You have to walk like this, walk through that path. And then she also go to Krishna and she instruct or guide Krishna out accordingly. Radha is waiting for you. And Krishna is getting more and more. Oh, really? So she's arranging that, that excitement for both of them to meet together. But when they're together at Sanket to meet, immediately she comes in between and she separates them. She comes in between and says something, or she acts in such way, Radharani starts manifesting man. Therefore, hetu ahetu yunam man uchyate. Ayer eva gati swabhav kutila bhavet. The man is described like a snake. Snake is not straight. How snake crawling? Always bent. So Sri Rupa Goswami Pad explains in Usually Money. The love, the prem between uh, his his uh, he's focusing on Radha and Krishna, not any material mundane love. The love between teenagers is like kutil, it's not straight, it's always bent. Hetu ahetu yuna man uchyate. Sometimes with cause and sometimes without any cause. Radharani is manifesting man. But who's creating this? Who's creating this whole scene? Just like if there is any quarrel, any fight, what we hear, you created that scene. Because of this, it happened. You creating that scene. So Lalita Sakhi is the one who's creating that scene. And she's come in between and separate them. So that Krishna can do more and more endeavors to meet with Radharani. And when he do this, Radharani feels so much pleasure. And Krishna also feels more pleasure. Why? Radharani is manifesting man. Why? Because only to please and serve Krishna. Because she knows very well, when Krishna pacify me, he drives pleasure out of it. He drives pleasure out of it. So only to serve him, or means to please him, she do such things. So Lalita Sakhi is creating this scene. What I was about to say earlier. Yes, Lalita Sakhi is because she also have affection for Krishna. So in one pastime, which already passed, this occasion, this festival, Jhulan pastime, where Radharani, she don't want to sit on swing. She's scared. But Krishna wants Radharani to be on the swing. Then Lalita Sakhi arranged that. She understood the mood of Radha and Krishna. Okay, they want to both. Krishna wants to sit on swing, and even Radha also wants. But she's little reluctant. She's little shy, which is natural. So she is the one who arranged this so beautiful swing as described in our scriptures. She's the one who arranged this. But there's a desire in the heart of Radharani to sit on the swing. But she's too shy to express that. But Lalita Sakhi knows what's going on in the heart of Radharani. So Radharani is expressing her shyness and also some fear. But there is in her heart the mood, I want to be with Krishna on the swing. And that's why she is helping, Lalita Sakhi is also helping Krishna there. Krishna said, he started praying, Radhe Jhulana Padharo, Jhuke Aaye Badara, Jhuke Aaye Badara, Gire Aaye Badara, Pyari Jhulana Padharo, Jhuke Aaye Badara. Oh Radharani, please come. I request you, I beg you. There are so many beautiful dark rain clouds. Please come. And then he's begging, ऐसो मान नहीं कीजे हठ छोड़ो रियली तुम तो परम सयानी विश्वभानु की लली. Oh, you are the daughter of Vishabhanu Maharaj. He is very compassionate. Give up your man and give up your this stubborn mood. Please come. So Lalita Sakhi is arranging Radharani to come, explaining to her, don't worry, Krishna will not going to trouble you on the swing, and he will move. So only believing the words of Lalita Sakhi, trusting the words of Lalita Sakhi, believe in the words of Lalita Sakhi, Radharani comes and sits on the swing. And then Lalita Sakhi, she instructs the other gopis or the manjaris, not verbally. There, no one has to speak anything. It's only by indication, by eyes. Lalita Sakhi immediately tells, immediately instructs those manjaris, swing. So they start swinging. Very light. Radharani is happy, Krishna is happy. But now, Lalita Sakhi looking in the eyes of Krishna what he wants. Because even they are both in the swing, this little distance. But Krishna wants to embrace Radharani, and Radharani wants to embrace Krishna. So Lalita Sakhi, she knows what is going on in their heart. But how to arrange this? So Lalita Sakhi immediately she indicates to Manjaris, move fast. And they start doing very fast. Radharani seeing this, she gets scared. And immediately she embraces Krishna. That's why Jai Jai Radha Krishna Yugal Milan Arati Karaye Lalita Di Sakhigan. Yugal Milan, the meeting of Radha Krishna. And Lalita Sakhi, she performs Arati. She performs Arati of Radha and Krishna together. Then, Shri Lalita is expert in making ornaments. So what is her service now? Her color is Goro Chana. And we all heard. So, what is her service? Shri Lalita is expert in making ornaments, parasols, and beds out of flowers, as well as constructing secluded places suitable for intimate conversation. She is also skillful in magic and making riddles. This is Lalita Sakhi. She is expert in making ornaments which please to Krishna. What Radharani is going to wear, she instructs to Radharani. The Krishna gets pleased. And when Krishna has to wear to make Radharani pleased, it's only Lalita Sakhi. Understand how important it is. And beds out of flowers. She is arranging beds with flowers. Where? At Nidhuvan in Vrindavan. Where Radha Krishna comes together. And the Raj takes place. Even now it's happening. But kono bhagyavan dekhi vare pai. Only most fortunate person can see this. Most fortunate person can do this. Not everyone. So she arranged the bed of flowers of Radha and Krishna to come and rest. And arranging secluded places means kunjas, groves, for their intimate conversation, for the intimate pastime. And she is also very skillful in magic. No. Madan Mohani Vatyam ya Kinnara Kishori kaha Prasunna Valli Tambula Valli Puga Dhrumeshu cha Sakhyascha Vanadevascha Vara Manyopav Jivanam Ya Kanyakaha Syu Sarvashu Teshav Evadhyakatasatam Gataha. I think time is over. That's why my tablet got hanged. It's not moving. Shri Lalita is the supervisor of the maid servants who perform Tambul Seva. Shri Lalita is the supervisor of the maid servants. Maid servants here means all these manjaris who perform Tambul Seva. What is Tambul Seva? Betel nut. This is what? She's arranging for Krishna and Radharani of the Kinnar Kishoris engaged in Madan Madani garden. You see what's happening? So we can understand by hearing very little. Gurudev used to speak a lot, hours and hours, morning class, evening class, and the bhajans of Lalita Sakhi uh, from songbook written by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur also indicates in his bhajan, Shri Radha Krishna Pada Kamala Man, this bhajan. And in this bhajan, in the last, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, he also indicating his own spiritual form, that I am serving under Lalita Sakhi. So how is ending this bhajan with? If you see later, you can see that bhajan. Lalita Sakhira Ayogya Kinkari. I am the Kinkari means the maid servant. What kind of maid servant? He's not saying efficient maid servant or perfect maid servant. No, he's saying Ayogya. Means I'm not qualified. Unqualified maid servant of Lalita Sakhi. This is how. When we approach our Gurudev, how we approach? We always want to show off. Gurudev, I've done so much service. I'm very qualified in speaking. I'm very qualified in singing. I'm qualified in editing. But that's not the way to approach authorities. Because if we are approaching them by saying we are qualified, then they say, okay, then you don't need any other blessings or no, you don't need any other inspiration. You are already qualified. If a beggar comes to us and beggar is full, and can you give me some food? And he's burping, ooh, means he's full. This morning I had 2 pizzas, 3 pastries, 1 ice cream, and he's begging. You going to give him something? Mm-hmm. But if you see someone really in need and is hungry, starving, and you approach with so much humble mood, begging mood, you feel compassion. We are beggars. We approach our authority, our Gurudev, by not saying we are qualified, Gurudev. We have to say, and it's not just pretending, not pretending, but actually it's a fact, it's the truth. Gurudev, we are unqualified. Every day we have to say this and understand this and realize this. I am unqualified. योग्यता विचारे किछु नहीं पाई तोमार करुणा सार करुणा ना हाईवे कांदिया कांदिया प्राण ना राखी बोआर. If you start considering my qualification, you won't find anything in me. You won't find anything because I am the most fallen and unqualified servant of your lotus feet. Tomar karuna sar, whatever qualities you seeing in me is just your compassion. That's all. Otherwise, I'm most fallen and have nothing. Tomar karuna sar. Therefore, approaching with unqualified mood. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Acharya, he is explaining us. And also he's revealing his spiritual form. I am, what he's saying, Lalita Sakhira Ayogya Kinkari. I'm the most unqualified maid servant of Lalita Sakhi. He's not saying Radharani. Lalita Sakhi. Everyone has to work under Lalita Sakhi. She is supervisor. And just now we heard this song by these 2 girls. Palya Dasi Kori, Lalita Sundari, Amare Raya Kavi. Oh, When Lalita Sakhi, when Lalita Sakhi considered me or make me maid servant of the lotus feet of Radharani and engage me in the service of Radharani. Who can do this? Lalita Sakhi. So, Shri Lalita is the supervisor of the maid servants who perform Tambul Seva. Offering betel nut is considered, we devotees never ever, never ever even touch betel nut. It's very intoxicating. It creates so much lust in someone who's eating betel nut. It's, it's 1000% prohibited for Vaishnavas or Vaishnavis, devotees to even accept betel nut. No. But in spiritual world, this betel nut is something different because we can't imitate them. So Lalita Sakhi is the one who performed this Tambul Seva for Radhaji and for Krishna. And Kinnar Kishoris. What is Kinnar Kida? Kinnar Kida is a type of amorous pastime mentioned in the Kam Shastra. Kam Shastra. The scripture which speaks in detail about how to maintain and how to develop that lust. But Kinnar Kishori is a young girl belonging to the group of demigods called Kinnaras. They have a body resembling that of a human being and a head like a horse. Very beautiful, but head like a horse. So Lalita Sakhi is arranging this. Yeah. Engage them in the Madan Unmadani garden. In that garden where Radha Krishna comes and they get their desires, they get fulfilled or enhanced by seeing that garden. So who is arranging this garden? The Skinners. The Skinners. This is their services. Okay. Of the maid servants who protect flower vines, betel vines as well as and betel nuts trees of the one Devis. Okay. There are 8 dear Sakhis of the Vara group, like Ratna Lekha, are always completely submissive to Shri Lalita Devi. Ratna Lekha. Of the 8 Sakhis that serve under the guidance of Shri Lalita, what are the 8 Sakhis? Ratna Prabha and Rati Kala are well known and are endowed with all good qualities, beauty, charm, and so forth. There are 8 prominent Sakhis who directly under the guidance of Lalita Sakhi, they serve Radha Krishna. There are numerous varieties of ornaments made of flowers. Who's arranging this? Lalita Sakhi. Crowns called kiritas, hair bands, bal pashyas, ear ornaments, karnapuras, forehead decoration, lalatikas, necklaces, gravikas, upper arm bracelets, angadas, waist belts, kanchis, ankle belts, katakas, bangles, feet decoration, hamsakas, and many others. In their forms, varieties, and so forth, the ornaments made of flowers are no less than the ornament made of jewels, gold, and other precious metals. Even though these ornaments are made of flowers, but they are more precious than gold and other diamond or sapphire or whatever it is. These flower ornaments pleasing to heart of Radharani and to Krishna. And Lalita Sakhi sharing that. Now the detail, so many detail of each and every ornament. You see, this is Rupa Goswami. Crowns are made There are so many, so time is almost over. Not almost, but it's already done. But there are so many details of each and every ornament. So I'm just speaking about one. Crowns are made by very expertly joining flowers such as Rangani, blue color, Swarna Yuthi, golden. Each and every name of those flowers are mentioned. So many details. Navmalika, white. Sumalika, whose colors resembles rubies. Gomedaha. Gomeda is a gem brought from the Himalayas. It is of the four sorts: white, pale, yellow, red, and dark blue. Pearls and moonstones. The crowns are made so beautifully that they appear to shine. They appear to shine so much. These specific crowns have seen, sorry, these specific crowns have seven crests made of birds of the golden Ketaki flowers, as well as of colorful substances such as garika. The kirita is a decoration for the head, and Shri Krishna is extremely fond of them. This is a crown for Krishna. What more is there to say? Since this decoration is the best of all flower decorations, it is also known as Pushpapara. It is even more valued than the best of jewels. Shri Lalita Sakhi learned to expertly make them from Gandharva Srimati Radha. Shri Lalita Devi also makes 5 crested crowns for Srimati Radha out of flowers and flower birds of 5 colors. You see? So many detail of each and every what all the ornaments I spoke earlier. Waist belt, ankle belt, bracelet, even the names are mentioned there. Mani Bandhani is the waist belt of Radharani. This many details. What is the name of the ornaments of which Radharani loves to wear? Mani Bandhani is made with flowers of 4 different colors. Hmm. Hare Krishna. Blouse. The blouse, Kanchuli, a highly enticing flower decoration skillfully made of 6 different color flowers, is called Kanchuli. It is scented with fragrance of musk, and it is fastened around the neck with flower strings. Yeah. And even it is mentioned about umbrella, the bed. Mm, We can't finish this in one day. So, on this very auspicious appearance day of Srila Lalita Devi, we pray to Srila Gurudev because we are not qualified to pray to Lalita Devi. She is so busy in the service of Radha Krishna, 24 hours, according to this material calculation. But we pray to Srila Gurudev, who is always serving Rupa Manjari under the guidance of Lalita Sakhi. Please make us qualified. One day in any lifetime, we get this qualification to serve under the guidance of Lalita Sakhi, the divine couple, Shri Shri Radha Krishna. Because when a person gets Surup Siddhi, perfection, means one can see one's eternal form, a spiritual form, sorry. That's the end of this life, means the perfection of our sadhana. But after that, something more is there. It's called Vastu Siddhi. Surup Siddhi is just one comes to know one's spiritual form. But what we have to do with that spiritual form? How it gets activated or functioning? Or what is the service to the divine lotus feet of Radha and Krishna? That's called Vastu Siddhi. So in this sadhak body, one cannot get this. One has to take birth in that universe where Radha Krishna along with associates have descended. So one gets birth there from the womb of a gopi. And then there one gets the service directly ordered by Lalita Sakhi. As Bhaktivinoda Thakur writing in one song in a songbook, where he's saying, I was sitting and Lalita Sakhi came to me and ordered me, Oh Sakhi, why are you sitting? Divine couple just sitting there. Go and massage their feet. That's the perfection. When the first time one gets order directly from Lalita Sakhi, go and serve the divine feet of Radha and Krishna. So then that Sakhi means that sadhak immediately rush and start massaging the feet of Radha and Krishna. The feet of Radha and Krishna. How? Only by the order of Lalita Sakhi. She gives the order, she gives the qualification, and she creates the whole service attitude in that sadhak. We can imagine how important it is to beg for the mercy of Lalita Sakhi in the life of a sadhak. And because she's the one who arranged this, that's why she takes appearance, her birth one day prior to Radhashmi. Prior to Radhashmi. So tomorrow we are celebrating Radhashmi here. But day after, we are again going to celebrate Radhashmi in India and also in Holland and in London. 26th, right? And I have 3 classes on that day. Morning, 2 classes, then one for Holland, one for London, one for India. So actually I'm celebrating Radhashmi day after tomorrow. And tomorrow, day after tomorrow, and tomorrow we are going to celebrate here in this country here with the devotees. Okay. Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol, Shri Lalita Devi ki jai, Shri Gurudev ki jai. Okay, thank you.